Can Albedo be saved? That is one thing that I am kind of asking myself when looking at the Albedo buffs, as it really doesn't seem like they gave him enough. So with Albedo's buffs here, we can see that they actually generate more, silver isotoma, which is nice, but at the same time, we'll have to see what this party-wide damage boost is, because I'm be honest, I'm not really seeing it. They did make it more indestructible, where, when the solar isotoma is destroyed by an enemy, any silver isotoma on the field will gain the same effect. So basically, when it gets destroyed, you'll just get, a thing, and then, yay, we're fine. So, silver isotomas increase the damage dealt by transient blossom, which is coordinated attacks. I'm be honest, is that the, party-wide damage boost? I don't think it is, but we don't know what the party-wide damage boost is, and not knowing that is a pretty big issue, because he could be giving 40% damage bonus, and if he's doing that, that's sadly an because we're not really using damage bonus right now. Although, Durin seems to be changing that, because, we can't have lunar reactions on non-Nod Cry characters, and we kind of, after Columbina, I don't know any more Nod Cry characters we're gonna have. I'm be honest, I really don't. So, damage bonus seems really weak right now, but I can feel it surge back up very easily. And then again, characters like Mualani, are getting buffs. So, we could even see older characters with Albedo's buff get a buff, kind of, right? But yeah, not too great. And then enhancements for his constellations. Level 1, is just increased transient blossom. Level 2 is plunge attack damage. And then 4 and 6 elemental burst damage. It's whatever, really. Really what we're looking for is increased transient blossom, because, I'm assuming that's his 1, right? So we could go ahead and look at Albedo's C1 right now. So going ahead to look at Albedo's C1 right now, you can see it's just energy. If they can increase the damage here, I mean, we could talk about genuinely, these characters now are very, how do I view the character list here? Oh, I can't, that kind of sucks. I can't show the list, kind of sucks, but, Albedo is on this list, trust me. Just trust me. Don't trust me. I'm weak. Am I trustworthy? Am I very trustworthy? But seriously though, Albedo is on this list, so if his C1 is good, I mean, that allows him to then have his C1 pretty readily available, assuming you just get his first copy from Banner, and that then brings into the discussion of, like, when do we consider Albedo readily available, because Albedo's best in slot weapon is a event weapon, and that is kind of not readily available. So I think for this, Albedo is so bad that you kind of can just put him on whatever team, and, like, it'll work because he's Geo, but, like, nobody's putting Albedo on this team realistically. Just, like, flat, we could all agree on that, right? Just flat out. But, hey, maybe he works kind of like Shieldon, maybe he gives everyone, some damage bonus. I don't know. I have no idea. We have to wait and see. Well, to be fair, I don't even know if Husk is his best set anymore. I think it might be Golden Troop, but I don't have Golden Troop pieces for him. I think Golden Troop is his best set, and I've seen Albedos who are just on teams taking it, somewhat okay. We'll go ahead and pop this. Yeah, 9,000 damage, guys. There we go. All right, so 19. There you go, chat. 21. He could do. Oh, Mafwika's doing 60, and she follows the character and not the, a stationary point of the battlefield. I can't help but feel like there's something, that would have helped there. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. So what? They can create two, isotomas is what they're asking, right? Is what they're trying to tell us that they can do, that they're gonna do. I'm not using Favonius on my Furina, am I? 20,000 though really isn't that bad for really only having or just been thrown on the team. Furina does work pretty well with Albedo, right? That is how, the way that Furina works, it works pretty well with Albedo, and we are getting, the 10% or 20% defense shred that we're seeing from this. And again, my build's not that great. Let's be honest, build, it's there, it exists, but I don't think anybody's, how about we do a double Geo team, right? So let's go ahead and let's grab Shieldin. You know, I think that'd be pretty sick, right? We'll grab Shieldin instead of Mavuika, double Geo. We're just looking to see some spicy numbers. This has actually given me quite a bit more hope, to be honest, because I kind of expected Albedo to be really bad. And the fact that my build is really bad, and he's kind of hitting some okay numbers, and if you were to just multiply those by like 3 or something, it's not terrible. Really, it's not terrible. So let's go ahead and yeah, let me switch up the team. We'll use Albedo last. So here we go. Let's see the kind of damage we can get if we get the Geo Res Shred on top here. Okay, 30. You know what? I was like, again, like you guys saw the intro to this video. I was not expecting good things. I wasn't. But he can hit 30 as of now with like a really bad build. But like, let's stop focusing on that for a minute. It's 34,000-ish, right? C2 shielding, sure, right? But C2 shielding, it's 50% damage bonus. It's not that insane, especially when you already have the arena on your team. I don't think that's bad. I really don't. And that's not a maxed out talent, right? Not a maxed out talent. You know what? I think it could work. I think if we're talking, like, if Albedo's role just needs to be a good off-field damage dealer, I think he'll fit that role when he gets his buff, right? Because, again, I think, what is it? They, successful hits against an enemy with the same skill also generate Silver Isotoma near the target, up to 2. So, Silver Isotoma, what are those? Do those not exist right now? I have a weird feeling that those didn't exist. Yeah, and I think I'm right. So Silver Isotoma, I hope, hit the enemy. All right. So, yeah, we're really hoping that this thing, you know, seems pretty good. And we're also, what is this? Okay. Yeah, that's an okay C1. Or for the time, it is okay. So, yeah, it seems like Silver Isotomas aren't gonna really do damage, from what I can tell, and they're more as like backups. No, because I feel like we definitely saw in the hold on, we could talk about the clips that they showed us, right? They don't have the clips here, but in the live stream. Hold on, I gotta go back and I gotta search up 6.2 live stream Genshin, yes.
It will also generate a Silver Isotoma, which will no longer be destroyed by monster attacks and can unleash attacks just like the Solar Isotoma.
Perfect. Yeah, all right. So that's where I got that from. All right. Doesn't really say it anywhere else, but there we go. So they're effectively going to be tripling his damage, and if we're talking like Albedo can get up to 100,000 per tick of his damage, that's not bad. Just as a standard, like, guy you can throw on the team, that's really not bad. I think that is really what Albedo's role is going to have to end up being, sadly. It just kind of, you know, is what he's really going to go for. I don't think he's going to be, like, best in slot on any teams. The only issue I have with this is you still need to use another Hexen Circle character. Right, you still need another Hexen character, and I really don't know who you would pair, because you could pair anybody, right? You could literally pair anybody. Like, you could pair Sucrose if you needed to pair with him, right? So it's a little tough to be like, oh yeah, let's go, Albedo, you know, he's got his buffs. You know, you do need that little caveat, but you also would want, it's a little issue, right? Because Albedo's biggest strength, I think, is probably going to be just being able to throw it on to any team, but that's not the other buffed character strengths. So really, you're kind of just following what they're doing. So then that throw on any team attitude becomes very, very not there anymore. Little weird to me. I am way more optimistic than I was for this guy previously before I started this video. Because I wasn't expecting my Albedo to hit 34,000, right? Especially on the build that I have on him, if you can call it a build. You know, it worked. But hey, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.